What is up, good people? Crypto Prepper here. Today is Thursday, June 25th, 2026. Today we are going to revisit our XRP trading bot settings that we came up with in early April, so about 2.5, almost 3 months ago now. So it's currently today, Bitcoin is still down below 60K, and the fear and greed is still in extreme fear. I think it was an extreme fear yesterday. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to it, and we are going to revisit the settings that we produced on April 6th, I think it was, when I recorded this video on XRP USDC on Coinbase and got a APY backtest of 18.08. So I was just curious on how those settings have held up since then, and still pretty satisfied with them. So you can see here the back test that I got, it was 16.02% APY. And we have the continuation that I like to see. So this one, I can't remember what how far that protection would have given us back then. It looks like it was just under $1, but it would have actually probably continued to purchase and then sold recently when we had a little pop. Some of my live bots actually sold, took profit, and then restarted and then have started to buy back in. Excuse me. So this one still protects us all the way down to 71 cents on top of that 16% APY. So let's go through the settings, and I will link the video if you wanted to verify that I'm uh, going over the same settings. But anyway, we have $1,000 investment, 31.25 as our base order amount, 968.75 as our averaging orders amount. Averaging orders quantity is 5, and then the averaging order step percentage is 9. So then our amount multiplier is all the way over to X2. Our take profit is 5%, and our risk management pump dump protection is off. So you can see that I still get that 16.02 APY. And then once we verify that, then I want to also, like I did with ETH yesterday, I think that was just yesterday. The last video that I did was revisiting the settings that I came up with on ETH in early April. And what I did was I went back to that time that if you would have set up a bot with these settings, and I didn't do this before before recording this video, so it'll be we'll both find out at the same time. But last time I did a video on XRP bots, it was April 6th. So it's been 80 days, and let's see what these settings would have produced in the last 80 days. So you would have gotten a 1.42 ROI, return on investment, and would still be protected to that 71 range like you would have been on the year back test. So that's pretty good. And then the other thing that I noticed on the last video, I can't remember if it was yesterday or not, but the last video I did on ETH, I saw that putting on the pump dump protection, because it is on by default, and when I for up until recently, every time I've left that on accidentally, it doesn't produce a better return than turning it off does. So let's look at these. Let's look at this back test again here. I'm gonna wait for this back test, but while we're waiting for that, I want to show you turning it on. Actually produced a 16.73% APY. And we can look through these settings real quick so you can verify that they are the exact same. We have $1,000 investment, 31.25, 968.75 here, 5.9 here, X2 on this. Take profit is 5. So the only difference between these two backtests was the pump dump protection, where here I kept it on and the other one I had it off. So, oops, it's still running a backtest. I wanted to also, here we go. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison with these two back tests because I thought it was interesting to uh to see on the one where I took it off. Oh wait, is this? Yeah, this is the one we have it on. So with this one, we went from August 18th to October 9th. So all basically half of August, all of September, and into the first week of October before we saw any action. So, usually I don't like to see a big gap in there in that action, because then, I like to log in at least every week, if not at least a month, and just look at the bot profit and start and pay myself. But so if you go a month and a half without having any action paid or just seeing any action, any buys, of course you don't get paid until it sells. But it's nice to see it buy too, because then that increases your stack of XRP or whatever coin you have. But look at this. So when we turned it off, we actually produced a little bit less of a gain, but we don't have that gap between the end of August or the middle of August to October. So we have some buys and sells in here that we wouldn't have actually seen without with that pump dump protection turned on, which is interesting. I don't quite understand how turning on the pump dump protection would have actually lessened the number of cells. So anytime you see it go up after coming down like this, there's a cell in there, even though you can't see the red dot. Like you can see the red dots in here because there was a lot of action that day. So it bought and then sold within that same day just because of the volatility. But usually it'll sell and then purchase right away. So that green dot is more prominent and it kind of hides the red dot indicating the sell. So I just thought that was interesting and wanted to share that with you. Um, the other thing, I did go over some other settings in that uh, in that video that were a little bit more aggressive, but we'll stick with these conservative ones, at least for this video to revisit, because, and it'll be interesting to see what we do over the next month, because our actual top in XRP, our most recent top, was mid-July. So I'm definitely going to have to come and revisit this. I'm not going to wait another 2 months. I'm going to have to come and revisit this in mid-July and find out, hopefully we pop up by then, but say we do pop down to that 72. I don't know. I kind of hope not, but then also I don't care because I have bots that will scoop up that dip. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see what we find and give us some more data for the future bear markets, because I'm thinking we're towards the end of this bear market, because it's been almost a year since we reached our top in XRP, and not quite a year since we reached the top in Bitcoin and Ethereum. But interesting stuff. Good times. Right. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more of these videos, subscribe to the channel. Definitely give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't like it. And leave me your favorite coin in the comments and I'll run some bots for you. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.